The film, a minor ice kitten, shone and flowed. I know, see your thing. And the buzzer in the wart was in, and for her long-sleeved tomb, was splattered a son's Ubermix, so far from your shy and slow lesson. You're just so good that's longer as a noisy con and down. What respect lost gig, and you bag it is named a sick million, and Reno's costume from Min Afro pack a minor coffee V, and boss on a fresh window. Zara met Horton Algan, and has to mother 8 and actors a gig, and you're shy? Don't so avian fun fair this in mine. A Brenda V is the let's and fun fair. Gail Tobis is niche the angst the better, so feeling as is the angst of so game. Who saw children, who saw players feeling. Zara had this endless, so white, a brat that is financial on a penance bin. Naturally is the valorous vroom, is me shy in Nashville, that's the right of honesty, they are worth it, so it was by Clarence Fast and Tone. Sleep helps a little time, that is, I need a van, sighing, the Mactab van sighing. That's Zara's miss, but you can be as well as Silas Suzanne. That's not for, let's order a trolley bin by Zara's all saying. On Figuero Verde is the accepted and that's when they're in the idiot in the phone, them tugging, and they see. You don't want a name and water, have a bag for us to act. That's this attack common. Countermen are weird, and slash then negate. Heaven I can't live very keen now. That's what men are, so strange. Yeah, the verge left, then air got hot. Zara's voice was shining next to sea, and decent talk of the toilet, and fresh breast telephone, not starting on each harbor is so fellas met. Go hurt check from City Magazina is not good or say, and on touch this Sunday all, and near Malaga Shulafondia has to an EDSV DSDMERAGTONFROND. Sonia, Zara and Dvenzia make up an ABSATRADCKNONGSNMLFRONDKNAC. It vanished, was for an EGIT shanked in EGSALONFROND, and EMESALINCC, zipping when they rise and can, and the next, and for so it got on the left, and started in their tour, so to a letter is what is it? It was from the Dragon, but it's from Rumi. Stand before the tour. These are looks, swaggering is that time wagon. Feel a manner. Zara's actor Emma. When the rice is good as me, I am buying yet. Is she rich on her seat? I am the buyer. Rumi is snitch for me, sis. No, I am Otto. Sis is knits clue and water to buy life. Sonia of the under and she don't kiss it to Swiss man. Okay, don't be hide. It is in fitish and all the damn it. And it's for an under, and for that's not worth a girl. Zach the Zara on a lake to off you get fresh VV, and look at the sky plouder. You're on this to get dinner. Rumi is getting rent to a tour food, a miss. I'll set a miss. The blitz gets often is an inner miss. Then, I have been there on the hot side's house, for offended on you by I get Amara. I'm the first time. I'm the first time. I'm the first. The leaked course and word of Iran roof. The Herr Verdes image variant de Efer scheinlichst Butruin ABA, Frohen de Einige Konstant ist Efer Ähnlichkeit, Z Kinnig Genus, a Bliebefall und Todlish sign about his Heinz in this Darren. So, I'm under the man, good to sign. What is, Mr. is, I'm a guy and I take a leave. But I know a little bit of Finland. Mr. is not for rock sign. Is contact here to an anvil, and for a plate to miss in. I'm in the house and fancy in the house. King Zara is on a name, and the buzzer on waters of Fort some rice, and their start on their interviewer on reporter. That kind of ring around us. This is a Kinji Finnish Norwegian coffin hatter, as are all fresh and good, or say, and house meet them Helen and tartan tin, and as young and adults as shine as above mentioned hot. So, tag is all she good or say, and the men are in fancy. And Morgan Kinji was an F and cultivated. I and 4 Bitley are gentlemen as each met astronomy, geography on history, or scanned a counter on a Vita list for Sheldon in Elizabeth City, and on to Lisa from their life. Over Dragon, on Milia Darren over helped 90 and show stand. Dance to swag and fun, and a frog food, and mischief in him gets on. I started my high school friend on, and White, saying, we often fancy as starter content, and does as 2 shots. There is the often college, the English. These are 2 Narnans. Check is stand, plots Lishoff v to Holly is air v is the India. And in fact as I do it, and you can lish an AG. I'm Santa Kleiner who is a younger, is been and risked a man. Elias Lester on shorted and cough. Yes, I buy the aluminum on a gate as I know they can't buy in for here again. Aluminum Treffendort, and that's all the. Yes, I from glass chin tube, That's head is damaged of them college knee in the organ. Alligator is one more, and who try younger on this in the diamond. Why are the robot to the school even? That's so Elias. Off it's been here on Mitch made it so bad, and it's much the mashed and less in Elias's hand. The dictator's a healed. Sit at the one is a Mr. Shocked, and a turn has to end fast, and for Lauren. Then has to do you, but I'll get Amara, and yet has to endless list. I'm ending the student's gazon on sex me. That's to the shy and less advanced lips. Do, it's worth it, is no, as fast, and the shy don't on my date bitten. Elias drank and looked on. She didn't shock in my own next up shoot. And so can Rumi assist, kind wonder. Does Zara's former for fun? Yeah, and coats for the bank watch. Don't on seats alongson face, we're in Verde. He has a lot of minor hot sites as banana scion of men on this house. This move on the hot side. Here is the tatter meat. I know who put take off the normals. Please have a shot me that is me of mine and good, and roof falls and hatter feel. Get Amara on Zara. Do decrease a whole thing when they didn't need some better than the end of the tatter, very end with the, and for Zaga Gordon order from on the boy. The Gordon do has this and shit, and it's so high written. I see I'm Amsterdam and need a gosh Lagenstaden, and yet was the rightest. It's do the shy don't do to St. Dinger Ganoso on Avid V. Then in college, Elias Lehrer on Schenker on Spy and Heisentine Zeps Ironsack Day. Elias Davis was the first player on emotions. Now for one bar is content, is of all financials or emotions, now control in a buy yet. It's the students to pass on in Shanghai, the rice to pass on in Shanghai, and it's been and below, and the data for 9 business gloves. Do as can see a man not control. Even Elias saw the lizard on Zactini's is not mine. A taser transit to have the house lean to miss, and I'm holding Stu's work on za David, and has so feeling the shadows fell. But I bet it is thank her, do fast taste that prince and best. And the lawyer have been asked that you're a friend of the laden about and stuff for that is a friend, and a land over far and flowers, and not scorpions, they can't see so guy. And annoyingly, part of Zion had Zara is a bit of rotten, and this is a for him embedded to my doctor. Content is no one is a little Zion is been mini Zion. Rumi shuts. Is what about passion? Elias clapped to light of dentist's noon, as fast, and all that were not to Duncan in February to begin, is kind February. Then, do for us see the fun up to bring in the rest side, is direct some toward to for what island is it? It was to feel Elias's water lesson mixture, and passing couldn't be shrunken. Then doctor is you by Zara's glass in the water. Now then I know how and in manage so the Christ comes, the glass bed and damn it, and still swag, and so Albin. D. This is dog, as so courts here, do best so wish on the fast find the moment. And as you're a film, a vet from Lebanov at by the of, for the right, it does so it was passing in word, niche, no. Thessakinji's son, and all you manly has a great here on so vital. He had been missed by a gunman, not a miss, that's 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 a gunman. The year's a great day in rice, fresh loss is a slide, is hot, so not in the burden of the room. Then, clapped is, and the tour trading on rice to the year. The altar who knows over thee is in guns and Morgan. The court that is side by fire, and so much, and come close for an extra, so many a house on Bratty. Me the lunchbox met the who knows over as fate can. And I think it's a top, and so per on Zephanish life. Thee is a bundle and hatter vanished under the water. I buy a spiffy and stuck cigarette, and I should die off not them. Elias me rose to go. Her tatter V is Alice at Cedar Neck. They are on the left shoulder, is salted, is my only canto, and I'm for talking lesson, and that's at each of them. The chef Tian Fei Kai Dao San for defense public. Zach the Hill flows escaped. Kind of all their Ganzi is to self-flight and Eastern. No one person. Don't turn to our sonics for an as is and best in the thing. Yet to meet at last word to be end and on me to name. And that's me rest message to hurt glass tightish, but lost is in Skyheim. That's easy and kingy for the shy. Don't can and learn and word is cool in a house. A come that's in Vonsamar on Zamis and don't, and in their JC interview. Tatters are a Zasna, Benamia, via stars. Dynafro is photo game or feeler to pen and internet. Then, Miafro, Z by name, Z son, to Lish does a fast for motor to Z. He had a Kenji, nor an auto. The smoddles are M, Gigashank is water. Sean, Emma, and spot coffee. Zach Day by life is Zara's organ crozier, and she, Abba, is mashed. A stop model is happy for the stop model, and she didn't buy mine auto toy design master. I'll stay, I'm getting it dry on sex. I'm tacked, not damaged, and wagging up the whole Hatter. Hatter is mine, and answer on fall. I'm in front of so I'm in stores, meet Kenji's. I'm the Kenji's stammy to start them. This is I'm Bertine's son, I've been born for a girl that's so I'm in stores. Meet the looks so carousel, so feel a shawl stick on belt dry for the first pulley tie in Mr. Kenji. The old man in the U-Bahamas camera on the dash can tie in the CD follow for and bottom dragon. Then Z by anodized organ and lead the spool of action heads to rise and Blake the Kenji of San Filippo's auto. I heard a kind what the first police system. She, Abazins yet to freedom, Beatier autos repair to a bit of dish. Kenji's organ Varn road and ever worked a bit. Route sign on mini is for height, and for bluff to defecates pulley system. Don't you know it's zodiac sign? Therefore, there's either hint to encounter on Kenji's water hurt or the vulture. This do I know for Ro. Ro stood in fortress. I stammer, do face. I know I'm GGT on airfare. I know Panamera of room, salt and video narcissist sign bin and CVZA, a 10 min. I so fatty as this if I kiss police system and Raven before it's all stuck. I'm on new to get us, and under that summon so far mind. So bite is the true of netter side. The check of me, and leave at the stony Nick and Keenan, at the stony KN. I want to see, and the first police system on Zakar is here. When you does a lady stop, the face is a wrong word to meet the under and part ice pressure. Then is a vector gun, and own is a Mr. Rain. Is had to for miss shy, and slow lesson about. These are Kenji worked, and I feel I figure out is for hare and alligator. I was a fan. Felice is the up this list, but the dog gets only a little of fun. Me in the hint, and so Ramen is having Elias to house and go off and has to the shadows for I'm Baron shown off gazettes. Elias is water and under, and in this telephone's up the length. What matter minds does and meet him, item, class, and camaraderie, is that the imam, or do not just this is no more you believe in and fasten the chance to return the shaft. Don't need to order. Then Zoe is me Morgan human, and then 99 a shakers the Morgan through Ruba. Okay, not before I'm next to talk about King Elias, and an act, and order in the hunt is Fernita in on tat slash. Is what the shy don'ts for I'm Baron. The is water data yet on Gucci talk to yet follow, and have a nest. Give one and have a nest. Feel then Zebs when is mine and capital, and that's as tired as grinds. Teams calculate and further, we're a man actor all given. Know her needs need to go. Each clap to, and the tour on bit at Zara's burrow, president in Zara. Each harbor in a bit of Zara lint, is in Iran. Chef says it's work on Samish, and we isn't man on fro bitter on Alice. What's to this is linked by the hand of the intrepid, is back to me for want to be part of the test, as the near their good. Each master at first was as this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this. Zara's occupations are strong, a starter. The start of me in the organ on the replica Raffins is owner. Does I know from Snark Up? She lists. One is Zara to I name lesson a ton her off to Shannon as it's no iron auto as it needs feel that it can't even get dunk and dunk missed, not faulted direct. Can't stop me giving Zara runs to light the stone on start of me and pass it on the lanein as what is your house. Fend on up his shots. This is the all strokes loss and starter is Gabe's. The Morgan is left here on Nictar. Zach the next May on Felice. That's Brood the CEO. Before it's the truth loss factor. Zara is so I fastest as bleep stain on a miss on so dang. But Zach bust 2 vests, so bite is the tour loss hurt, is the garage from separation, them glass and bureau. Not them is the self food. I'm gay table common hatter. King is in and cafe on to help the City Evening News weekly building. But check meet me of English Price House to comment. So Philly guy is a rough as check. I'll tell her, and come as a few slimmer house. I'll in them fancy interview. Also Dame had a don't clear ring onto the organ is like the miss of a star, and look the sign out to win them in the order, he sets the miss and I and Tish and Fincer on the type of things. Me again over Mr. Kenji better. That's in this is as Eddie, I'm George Lucas of them to say for intense and a populist like artist on air. Nodded off in store, Mr. A time since here on Formia, and so given check forces made their hand, Do is hard and tight design hoops. She gets no when I'm stuck for Howie Zara. It was so nicknamed the C for Shantat, the same and so confident. It was not yet for Lauren and shading, each nicked so statement. Naturally first day is and so, and for his prince. I was just kind of goes as a baroque. Mr. A time, Mr. and I'm tone. Zara went in and left this list until last year. Just for Leon is blacked in zips. The rest, and Kenji, and on she be in lies a disclosure for the NASA. You get this as me in this way, Mr. Kenji, by my name. That's I think for Morgan. Give this next moment is my name. I'm gay and gave encounter there. Gone wrong is in so a carbon water vanua, a heat, and pass a condense in a check. Samish Vash Saman is being to meet their hand on later. Zanish nervous is mashed India, and for no one problem given check one sort of dish. Stone Vash minds to damage, is can India given. Then do this, but do can't Indians and tries and first, then leave a border. Kenji's against waters of hot blast on their coffee, in Zanahat. Leave house as stated in coffee of dentists on Samish got shocked, and a doctor is with this next. Rumi is Tats Lishman help border. We have been on site you, but fancy yellow in this case, and on as we on speed design patent by the. So as of the unsnitched, Kin and Worden are by Indian moment. As is an almond hunter, and it is that's why I'm most miss. I'm tacked as auto on fights. I can't have been that's as this dish. Then do Zara for Fagin. Waste the contest to the Danish not in information, is man as a condiment. Is Kin a minor stifle motor? Then check on Zara to Zaman common. That's CJ Karuzine on this by Mia and Shottigan stand with check. Mr. Kin and Indian organ slots an older assist. Alice minor short is he was finished. Does Zara dine for Royce vanish? Daisy dine for his encounter with the C miles to lessen. Vanish Darren's wrecked anchor. The Daisy motor on Daisy's own, then made minor motor on me on the gun, and sent my name. Would order the house of often on King's Gambit next to a fast, and eyes slack. So yes, so on giving the overhand, not land and swag, and so on this man a moment wink and not open on and hold, and in for English lesson, he had to for miss from Zara shy and solace. And I'll check as her to buy, and fans left alone. Do her sister is so far off on Zamishmet, and named Lizon in the Alganan. Abba Divers next year, a man wherein that's worth in the shadows for an Abraham of the Norman. Fukta is in so before Kenji the UBA Rasham UBA help for Abraham counter. Hada is in the Holy Ghost dust. Zana Algan Warden wrote on Zana Lipbin Citizen Broda. I'm a Sarah, and we're not home. I have been hit for standing, I have one short dish. I'd rather have been Mama and Papa for Zed. This is so fin, and this is where the next Fizzigon. Rumi is in Bluetooth 4, and to Brenda is Hope. My hun on in the phone up, so high, and missin' emos. You're all in a pillion for so far as spotter. Check been shown, I'm off the next right to fall in SVT. Can't fight a smart game, and spade a day in a house. Be the right check. CZ for dosed. That is a hardness award that is so unarsish and anew but soaked by then verd. Then lean to his drag in his strength. Zara had by me be clocked. That's either a feel a problem, a hat that's unsuited, and is midget sosum and soon. Is hibernish Bisherton Felice. Abba has taught them kind of shaman damage, standish of home to gain. Buddha, Venera, 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 Venera. This is so this is to name and do best and files, and it's a snore. Is this the tour of on King Veda to house finish, and Zara her own to make an on fan? Alom clackin grander mid-year to straighten on year. The cuter, shorter to tiger. She is less last in the on sure den, as we're a nice rich dish to leave before soon on Wednesday. And as that's Finland's oil, woe home. Vase Kadinzen Mina Steve Motor the meager UBA and Gall hiked. The Hot Sites Gesellschaft had made contact here in the game now, and for Carmen Food and Hot Sites, or to be present. It has been in a direct gazette that city hot site, for she been on spade to the rubbish present on its Zara herder. That's the hot site up gazette water comes in a house on my house to Frank. It's hold to the shadows for I'm barren as my Natasha. Then don't need to get in, as won't touch. A time has stood in first, and for Lauren. Zara unglobish is a scans. Who is of them so far on his house talks loss, and his house as head is in first, and for Lauren. Do vice versa as leader in the VD Bing in the Netherlands, Swiss and skill offens, and we are staying on Lana courts for the shy. Don't Zara at Met the teeth on. It's one. She, 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 she. That's air and help porters. If you have the shadows for and Baron for the fuser for Lashley / the controller on tree to Kint check shyster. Then do fun, mine a bit to invoice test. Let us do this in this year. Zolan is wise. Rumi is tied to root, and meet him finger of Zara. I'm this and get to heaven. Keep I'm not a fool. This is to sign, 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 this is to sign. The gist for a follow on global is Y and olden year, DV for high. Right at Warren, not nay. So Vincent gave reason, not Hannah land inside straight to Zara. The armor house on arm to miss is what a new. That's to dish me down and fatter for zones is have a show and a validates. This does turns all honest about it. That's a house Finland verse has to see feel like to miss for Stan and Alice Star and Dr. for Vanda, to see the wood in my name Hudson and Troish kite on train, and leave me an unwell coolie. You bus case. Zara help needs. Zara shot it in cuffs 9. The stumped nest is wise. Does to for fun, yeah, and buy an MC Silas. What's his wise? Alice is this Zara for me on Zara Rada under the nest net. So then do your lightnesses. A lip test. Do wise nest v minor familia. Then, we're born the million and minus. Fat a skin and a minor motor. The stand met me star on C for Lord. A saga rest for me. The word of the depressed and Fabrata is a tiger Milan polish. Zara is a miss unglobish and Felice has to miss for Stan now, so we don't mind it's young. So Kinji miss fasten and has a habit as auto app game by mine a coke better best friend in Sonia and Mac. Habit as auto been nuts on his off Max and kite. So again, she's lish is there in my knot and brother do fresh taste that snitch. These are for hot Kinji and food on the house got stolen, that by your mark. So shout a state my new motto for Tribune for Morgan's wife to you. But ragging on so far, as old miss to a modern. Then it is shown through fun to house a vector gun, and weird that is to me hit the scene noon on a pen is the fun up close, and Kinji no, and engross, and borders at check, and loss in the first step. Fans and a motor to trade in on to Stalin was me a hurt is hope the shy don't for I'm barren from bored and off on rice disease. Zara tank run. The haven't wants by ones are a hot side of guy next when in a phone once the shy don't will the underlining for Hindu, that do can't stand shy, and leaders for Morgan of the title about for longer the stand. So configure a man next. Kinji is Zara had the shy don't for I'm barren next. Accept it. These are miss normal at all, and a turn. We can't stop me as Anton. Then pack this image and in short turn on to the image game in the event war room was habit get on. That's to go around some more best to shop in the hands and track on Blake the Austin fencer. Zara most men of Yaroslav Peter Duncan man can mentally in a tourist of the poor stand. Zara on ultimate, in Italia on Fagopia resist, and man boss. Ermin mosaic, so white common, so bitter president in Zara. Thank her, does it in a hiding year? I've been in this business as a Holland Harbor, so Minnesota off and start a mission. That stand in cross and geogans. That's so my name we can get used on mine, and on a show television organ. Zara is this Mick named in stiff from Tish on Crystal. Iran Alman of the Shy Dooms for Amberin, the what's in stiff back direct to me, the for Amberin in the hand on Vanna system gain. Not them is the formally taken a lady's tatter cove. The Lebens medal. I'm going to minor motor on to Koran boyish middies lost for fun. My momshly slash and job on the steps to an air, and I'll see an in common hatter camp for my motor. The food that is by year and so on Fonda, and varying motor on zone of Ananda, and the reason asking. So this is Zara high ratatat. This actor does is not for the by fooler by Irish German to live in. I thought so is house semi of Nettie too so for a shine and legend of them gives it my motor unblighted. Z Hinnermais Kutzers on. Why has to die in a foolish Micah brother? A healed iron moment in a when he gets at sea in Berber. Does it miss the other from Zara have a shy and doesn't be this is a shiny exporter? I so be me. No, the house writer that see I'm meeting hatter. My name motor this I'm house on the internet. And then Zara is the team left for crash. They are snitched on their side. You buy and baby not so thank. I'm a small motor mine and the octagon desks are Nancy minor hunt wise. Zara damn house. When man meets there about the chef, this is that's for Stanley. I buy it for my neck, Midla violets seem to be the can't stop Miss Emma Vidal house. Right in order. We're in this essence, so it's the Minotaur. That's where in May miles. Visit Zura Vita Marta country, and in the Ganos and V Minotaur they perceived on his on standing in Bajorka Ruba, was cloudy, and Martar off contact no. And Martin Lasse launched them and gained last dinner to a Ron love name, and then it's Zara on it's the skeleton. It's a meat of want and had a Zara you, but kindergarten children. Kinder, me the kinder sight. I'm kind word of mission no more mayor on a drug set, and then man, and the finance lassie to its own on the tats ahead. Thank as you abide for Morgan Spencer and Spencer on fund and arbiter to the path on again. Some hats and Suzanne was to me Afro filter replicate, and counter each meet clue you by Alice Ryden or Venus Vishwa in their orphan kite vase in a culture. Isaac shown height on CEO about to house vase for spirit on Samish mate me. These don't do in my bad Zima. They're not to stop me off in Hinton. The griff me in my gun and in Zom. I know it's the whole legion, the air in a Roman for blast, and we for Roberts in the Vulcan. Not them as, and what is minor motor from the Shidon at Salem. The standoff on the sky show up to Royman and hit me a double. I understand. Park, I ain't Kent. Can I know for those heads spinning? I ain't Kent to Harbin bring stability. If content and us as to every day these are passed on is right. The bottom mama has missed the born, and I'm, and the has to needs be common. I'll smile my motor does hurt her. I start to see on water plus I'm a cloud water does it. It was 5 years ago started. Smell off as to me a light. Mama is Harbimish Fashcon. Mine a motor shooted in cuffs is sort of miss the fur and shoulder gun does is mine a flint and as motor needs a foot harbor. Mama's ambition on wish the city train and meet him a meal up as his scoot does to mine a good enough system. Fresh taste, do best and go to skin. Do this dish on your family command. Yeah, is Harbimish on Zara shy and lesson. Then, do most to the kind of a man talked. These items were under as my Natasha. Mama Zammy, you be rushed, and this made a screen, a bush line of their hand. Lucas off and be protected to a sock fetish. Not dime a scale and Hatter shucks me off an arm a ton with Stormy home. Bringin' Zara was so good, so dear and yet best do. So arrogant and gets this on to listen blinks. Mine a motor named and a flasher conquering paradise or steam cool shank on name. And in goes and look kind of Zaga is hard by the side. Don't feel get be common. We are in first lab and fast on the west and east. Does Alice vomit to freedom best? What about me and boys and Bluetooth in my not a short time for the Nash man? A shy don't is nick to not to lash vomit. Can manage to freedom. Sign is a griff in, it's a tiver on rice. Did the shy don't ain't not them Kinji the noise kitten for an English tatter with a mission, no any dragon on Zara Robin. That's for the Nash no year. Order them on a name and Shadden don't touch the list in action course in the whole tribe and motors at so v.in.s look not him under and trunk. That's this neighbor miss on flustered. It's why keep this worthless kind of chance. We that. So I'm in so common he was to does Mama Zara and my Gamara for year was equal to be it for no fish. Barzum won't good him on them household. I'll see rake of Warden War Coast to the off address for Mama won't be named and AZ Zama won't oasis kind of shafro. Then simit me to Zam and Wa Abba Z fasten. Nis does anafro the of them who punked Erica here a stand the lunch shift and forced a spaghetti nest. Z encounter Z had to miss. I'm outside Z and dimensions were in an order U by Zarzanar is Alice. Mama's short has been. Then, Russia's missing bottom on the saddest in London and the Eiffel and lesson is lesser to unsuited in Cup Raider Keenan on Zin. Mama does had them in his Sutoon mirror the partner in her firms in Gasheton is have a field Gason man. She things an on for my lish. This is the last time that I've ever done. That's the last time, Mama. It's been no and against no Malibu, and the state of Zara is about an honest. I'm ending the verse. Isn't damage to freedom given the right to pass on and to start to sign in. I'm payer in verse. If I saw a global a gear and I never be can take a shift for wearing Claire had me at least needs of food. The game, and I'm rest to sign. Dog has a status on your wall stand front to attack works, and on the label in my wall having a border Voldemort's name and Mule Main for a cantata. Minor nonce pater nonce a leaner president in Zara's airman is Felice Vernon in their mama lip. Act a minor coffer on mark to miss of an event rise of funds at America. You body and talk to space of the Mala Divan. They're in the soft trunk on the shown height, and I'm stranded better to cling out to my telephone. Is a does a man guide to get out of their damage no. All a pariah, I'm Mala and Free King and telephone on any tiffle life ties of a dimmer returner. I'm under an end a ton. Is how big a hurt does to this one Zara shy and least vroom. Roomy to astonished in Papa's firm. I'm under a hurt these affirm or Brown is left to checks further to become Emma further yet. Your man further. Your firm is yet John I'm Satan. Why? Whom verse is to the shonts of Banu iron. I am Gazaf Royan from under and ended. Eli Tom answer on under Braun, does hosen minus iten. The fourth fund is to me, the foratan. She is so self-carish. Then, mine's own Zara face is given and hot Latin wettish in a violet or hot side. I do most common is snout kite on Zacton's telephone. I'll tell you how to best him on, or can also shamos. What was hurt be mine. I tell Billy Ghazi and telephone shifters, whose brother. These are minor frost frightened shames to dish. Then, Kinji can. He will marry, back Loey of Ken and far. I tell man this to answer this. So either so to teach the Mars a spotter on lake to direct off. Assist in laws this, even strike, and so her. And these are man hasn't a lip to go higher added on yet Swiss, and ignos on the galipter from human, and the them sign valley be man in the valet. 9 roof, so rest sister's brother, as it's the size. Mine is live and damage for Brad on the vet's rise. Leave my new time zone. These are 2 meter name, a hot and part of commentary by a shit and shine and Villa Diana, and in ties, and is for Morgan's overtrade, is one set to the stone on factor. What's where the other guys are all made them love up game. Minor motors off star, washing, lightness so bad. Feel light with air, and for no art on sand. Devin Platt snapped. Mama Zakim, that's the upend them. These by the side. Don't become a harbor, and that my who is outside for Morgan is brought his and part of gate next year. That is so guys is made in the most position in a partner via that steamed made Zara can as its next messing grazer, as it's off like, and water. Zack the minor motor plates. You bring us Zara come in. Let's that side you didn't talk some roomies, and for by the and should. This is so good when the snitch shaft is, and for to take a lesson. My motor for the hand, so I'll stop for high. Right at first comes in. So off for by, and Zara had to in. Let's that side kindness, and I'm here. That's how much on a clearly have eyes again. Mama to most seen is me on to Hilton when they come not damage you. But why monitor on to Vixwa food, is miss him house land and list. It was fail and plot, no? It's why tagging her minor Rick care. If Elias, and on Zacton does and Class and Raven. Gabe on does, is on bidding to buy. Zane Moose that is yet's roomie's loss. Bin Shining is on Fern and fish to Zane. That is a chef dish. Bin gained. It's going to Class and trampoline by the start more. Oneness, drinking spa, harbor. Drinking one night stands won't and give and get. I'll stay on each the 2 days previous to miss Ariston won't a heat, and is a little ring, and in get it have a diamond, as act does Zara on it. And if you would a spade a shy and less burden, they're much in. Its spa haven't been a gate hot. Yeah, a time most is yet trackless by Roy and Ever, and pay a long and Amazak on Hatter, and in this mirror. Then, do me a various, and as a Ghaneen. Then is a star mouse for Anna, and she didn't hit that stand, and under the off on sector signs of a bidder has to do. Not rest and design. Thus is the host to shy dooms up, find them this landers all win it. And yet from Peach for Ford is signed for Morgan's slaughter all. Also, they not in a wrong and all Anna is not missed for hire at the past on the Grandy. Get the most water got missed off on the help to the Zara miss. It's so feel her own spirit on it, and on rest kitten. Harbor Home Verde is this is a net care zone for in shy don't and shy, and that's is this dish over fleshly but trucked hot air, and an astronomer is on a foodie. Tannins could be common, a be private, whenever shine lease be and hunt. Abba is in poodle hunt alls is does hurt her. Lish to ish on za David and Jesus class, and Treffin is 12ish for love for bargain and talent. Elias Perrot design and his estimates at them UPS lost. That's the cancer class. It's someone come feel a lot is in time that we can get common. Have I'm far good. Don't know I snitched on a gun in the room too, and what I had the rest of the thing is act. Abba as it was virus run. You have it seems good to wish. Mention your face, kitten won't be in my not the rest of that's when these are scared. The shadows for I'm Baroness. The Zaramia given hot is definitely the tour and tried. I'm not wanna not open his mini class and camera and the Islamist magazine hatter or miss to be gruesome. Elias is the class and pressure on their organizer to a disease class and efforts clothed in the handle on the of Max Amkite all of the city in the center that I love westerns of thought, where here, there do never on a cloudy, and on you built in the diamond in Rome. Water on the won't lay path. I'll see Allah al-Mali Bahar is tahar about us that wants to feel off, and want to have a nice, and for fall, and doesn't a fast, and the starved miner Zara. The shoe shin height on the us up close your guns by the room test, and won't have been so often a time host as Benny. The dish is on the arbite and shun height in heaven is damaged on. This is written. Anna is besotted and is for Harriet there in a good and in class and camera of the high school. I'll be content with me. I'm glass on stanzy all and once act that when Emma Fraked vanished in the high school and mysterious wonder tabernatus on the ghost of Buddha. Eating a hot tea shown had a higher art. It's an affirm applied to on this for your sure din lesson. I'll see the rice that has on that water. I'll lock it. That's a clutch, the Ashnal and the handle home of Maxim Kydal. So a riding class and Raven last on snow. No, you buy it and Raven this year here. That's where on skis in heaven. Last one's all you, but one's I can see towards you at sale made Elias on Tabrash normally, that's class and Raven. I'm a little bit, yeah? The state is an arbite sign studio on his labor for a Star War. Tinish Lana busy to some privates my of the stores and water. Not before the uncome at 20 years timer Elias to gaze so white. So and visit and last V and class and treffen on to has machine. I'm all and the laden do sorters miss. Vanish all over 10 on to some S and I laden lesson. The first beauty Glock in English is dimmer, so far the of Maxim Kydal. Say off blister but rat and a shown height, and I know only formed as private Zima in the whole Hakegan. Sure clicked and banged. I'll starve it. That's a leash to a feline. Is Dr. President and Zara. They're made the roomy the chefist this high voltage. This is Stephen the class and camera and stand and instinctive of. I'd see the league and the tycoon shown height on true shin heights on Zara. Let her on talk and in store haven on Zach to Zach's son on Zach that it was hill floors that skate. Next is most common a guy. We be chef dish bin order. My man that is working for me shy and lesson. So about Zara task ask Tatter. This the 10 seat. The organ all of me. He registers. Follows rifle on shock. If Ragami, wire me, is a distance theater. I sculptor Shanghai's president in my ballast. Is that by having the dog shown the shy don'ts for in Baron on the sure bin. The shy don'ts were kind of becoming until even the trend was very different. No, I starved mine in Valley again, and this is our strokes are rough. Yeah, daddy grind the counter snell. I poured it on to best yet and young gazelle from Finnish and Father Roman has too, and I need to come figure partner. And then do really name and finish in Thailand far, and want me, and make over Holland. Hi. It stood the mind king of mine hunt on doctor. I'm asked Yemen dry for us. So I'm a ghost, what's our device? We might mention on gate. Zara's gas is our stroke for those. That is, I've seen that's hurt. These are fragile state to me, and I'm not trying to add stain on class and camaraderie. It's not my tax by an absolute log in a time yet. Buddha Shirtin best was for I am 2 plates to the Denzu and Mina, and what then was the altar? Zara Anna had to. Lisa do less me in manner kind. Is it when I mention these a fragrant state? Who's the steam in Nvidia and Fortin Zepp's window looks? He's off the ladder to me a light. Anna do can't smash. He's where the indescribable and mention Lebanon dips. When we get transcendent, does class and Raven like the system ended so on each king flew each staff. Anna the Norn is against who has to get drunk. Each is fried fish to look. Each size of them by far as its on betrothed to Anna's exquisitest makeup on each one of them the shown height. Each darted the Rabanner, the atmosphere of Sohetan Anna. Then, each heads to meet in phone and sniper Fergus too as to shine a guess, and has a snip to direct meeting. Thing. Fresh air. It's a guess, and it's hard to sneeze for guess and do it in a dish. Also, it's hard to sneeze for guess and first days do rich dish. Do has to sneeze for guess and not too lish, and I hope you like line of house on Schlockmiss. You're a steamer water or mirror, a date to be louder. It's hard to sneeze for guess and clap drowsing. I'm out of fence clutters, a shower in the rhythm of Stardisk Roach. Come as far minx for Zara the unsmitten. I'm for Agatha, and gives us a strong answer. Is infinite. The two on Stickhouse do best. Snell often buy and finish, so Snell iron, and as that Zara nurse to meet, even Zeben and sign and start a mission and talk me into a hair and look down flatly. Anna the granddad of them all to go Stephen Barr, and I still put it on there by now and the fallen is packed to Zara Snell was master. The is head in the dark. That's cool you man, and slang word. No, while Anna won't is and Vicky before me, and I'm going in Zara's post-cup hope on St. David's Hefties. That's at C for Dean is what is Zagon. That's will be right Zajan. 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 The glory of Anna's actor on the actor Anna, is this okay? So giving me to enter, given Anna fast as the and skizzed on Zach Lowy direct, and he had to touch his day game, and this to intrigue in the habit of the act. That's these are, and that's this can is on, and the dogs I'll shine, and 20 zips in an if, that's why felt to see to us on to be given mist for you, and get. I'm not as is the normal my lips wishing and Biden fro and a counter, but is the is miss on ZZ and Anna is mine a social Logan is had a Zara for henny stuff on its 8 by the first that the counter I was this way, and Zara so much, so I'm a Steingarten type. The Abbott breeze that's in your a long and hard on first room, to I'm sure and doff low. He Blake the courts to me off for an alimony, and at the same time Anna that's due and stuff the Porsche problem. I had this on fish on ja in the top of your family on your year first. No, a window dish made in a wash province. Familiar for Zone Panther stood in the inner, and the morning be sitting as it does hurt her own city, is this done. Zach to banishes on the right to Mr. of for invited to her Zara. Bleaker of the intestines. I'm a stand does want a name and courts for the person gang on the city evening news for Timmy interview, and that is what's that's this is a person and help the bar that is that we're not into contact, even feel like can't does stand for blame loss, and I'm done my mind of Uncle Mutter. Best of friend and Sonia Kenji in whole he had to answer that's meeting the full, and then a sparrow spinner. I thought that is so as very is in the game, but white dish on so for Hindu does live in SHD. My nigga Duncan van it was well on it was finished with a gear and auto. Zara Bolte in a rows of house on best. It's a Sam Min diesel for Anna hot against meat in the gate escaped kind of muckluck kite, that's to dish it. Check on his motor for zones and damage does Torzaga, is more than a fear that's due. This is so shown on the house for your fan heads. I'll see Zara in the organ blister booster, is the sanest. Logan further on the what's height what, and list the common last on speed. The high rate on of the Shanahan shaft for the rating on Danche is the Iron Wolf. Okay. Then is and is on so holy go on Sammy Shah, and a Danker Veda starts a little, is still so good, is on so clever. The Zara is shown off the Ranger Fallen. Thank you, dear. That's due. I'm a minor inner and the moon, and for Tribune has Rumi the shy don't is thought them rest crafty do on each word, and get rent to veg again, each mister, and I'm for his labor. Mid-fro kind on I'm a man, and bet fur, and do mister's career. A man on airfoil crash. We're all wonders. It's Zara is Forger State and Zada and Venice can't end. When do dance is habits, so few get dance. Bend is Alice is shooter to hill floor. Stain cup last miss gain on last dish gain. We have been getting Renovego on Colonel is so Sam man abiding Zara's Albin were and follow true on dance. Act as Z is hot as the alpha game. Don't come on the house. Won't drink with me and part drinks. I'll see video of Factor Y is by rights held by. And like the store, and Saga won't there on to measure of the board and fasten is in Tiffin and Duncan Indian fold, and then tag, and be less this time as Zara and this may want to see. Minor motor to I know more much better. I'll see minor motor won't is to Arbin Arson took the Zion Swanix test contest needs fast in Rumi the Algan. Minor motor lost that, and I see a Suron seeking so fat loss on Zara, and is open so common and decent tagging each with clothes as so Swanix shafts on a so home neighbor on Star, is in and good old Saint, and 2-pin mitts on umbrella on Ferrari, as it's so cool house. What's his lost my man this to in is started in Ferrari, and yeah then Village then Edgar Felt. Coffee is the iron is the same, is to Zara 1. Ah, the click. Zach to Zara bit. Dim the claw is the snitch in. There's a her get to for denouncing on the Lebanon's quality to for base. All set him for being, so its man gets on the skateboard. Then, this for my man. Man is gap clue in course of the Van Gain the dance, or auto show. Zara is Amish favorite, and they're in Vietnam auto show game on Amazon and Billy to Coffin.